what's going on here?
You know this is getting archived, right? Like, if you answer this incorrectly, everyone's gonna know forever. Take your time.
Okay. But but I mean, you know what? I feel like I'm not sure if you have to watch like hours of video to do that. It seems like there's probably like a hardcore gaming 101 article on it or something.
Oh no, well I mean, the idea is
it tells you how it works.
I mean, I'm kind of playing it, and that's sort of my excuse to do this stream, and we're just like hanging out and having fun.
Okay, that works. I know absolutely, totally nothing.
Like,
about
okay,
but I know that Pokemon did it one time. I remember Pokemon doing that. Where something happened and then it changed the music during the text, but that's all I know. So you know a lot more about that than
well,
I.
the idea is I'm playing the game so that I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, like so that I don't just go Final Fantasy IV is the first game to do this, and like no, it actually happened in Dragon Quest III because like I haven't played Dragon Quest III. So
is Dragon Quest like a pre-Final does Final Fantasy inspired by Dragon Quest?
Yes. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 were made and released before Final Fantasy 1 ever came out.
Okay.
And actually, I was working on this during, and I feel really guilty saying this, but I started taking notes on this in women's studies today. But it's
that's incredible.
That's amazing.
No, but
oh no! Oh wait, no. I thought you meant that they were teaching it in women's studies.
Oh no. I'm gonna do my final about FF7.
Hey, college hasn't gotten that subversive yet.
Oh jeez. Don't even.
I am at a community college. It could happen. But
well, I mean, community college is about as punk as it gets, right?
Fuck college, man.
Like, I hate college. I'm so done.
It's just like, man, I'm over it, bro. Like,
yeah, but here's the thing.
You know what? There's a reason I didn't go to college after high school. There's a reason I got into video games instead, which is helping me out so much better.
You know what? If you're in America and you just have to do this thing for 3 years or something, like that's okay. But after I got to high school, I gotta do a thing for 3 years, and then I gotta do another thing for 3 or 4 years. Like, it's a bunch of institutional shit, and it's just the whole.
Wait, is this like legally required in Canada?
No, it's really required in Quebec.
Jesus.
You gotta go through something called CEGEP, which is like an intermediate between high school and university. You don't even get to university yet. You gotta do this weird hybrid mode of it.
That's like the exact opposite of what people need to be doing. Like,
and I'm just sitting there learning like general courses. Like, why am I still doing this right now? Like,
exactly. Like my sociology teacher was complaining about this shit. You know, it's just like how, you know, it's just like the creeping in of general studies into, you know, just the creeping of general studies into every specialized class. Like, she's gonna have to teach like sociology like from an ethical perspective or something because they're trying to get ethics into the general education requirements.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Jesus, when do I ever get to specialize into my field? Except I haven't decided what my field is, but that's an entirely different discussion. But you know,
yeah.
That's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, I do wish that I could feel with y'all on this, but like I was very like I'm not going to like the high school was just like I'm done with this. This is so not worth it.
Yeah, okay, I finally hit the point where I'm taking a bunch of damage.
What? Oh,
You've reached the level.
What
were you saying, Zolani?
Well, I mean, like, are you okay with that decision? Because that's a pretty big decision to just be like, I'm not going to college. Like, or I guess it's not that common here, because in Canada, like getting higher education is a lot easier to do. So it's just kind of natural that after high school you just go. But I think in America, I think a lot of people just don't go to college after high school.
I know a ton of people who went to college for 2 years because they know that some college, like statistically, is better than no college, even if you don't finish, and then they just stopped going when they ran out of money.
Okay.
Well, you see,
it's funny, but it's true. You know.
Oh, that's pretty sad, man.
It is. Like, I mean,
the thing for me in education is that like it's not necessarily that I hate it, but it's that I'm in video games. So like, what am I gonna gain from going to college? Like everything that I learned how to do is something that I learned how to do by myself, like during high school.
Well, you could have done like computer science maybe if that was helpful. Like I know there are a few of them.
But the thing is, I don't even like programming. Like the only reason I do it is because it helps me make games. Like I don't really give a shit about all that stuff. I just want to do it.
I actually
and like specifically for like for like independent games, it's one of those things where it's like you really can just do it. Like it takes a lot of like time and dedication, but like you can do it, and you don't need to spend like any money on school that's going to teach you a bunch of things that aren't actually going to help you in the future.
That's pretty legit, because like Drillenter looks like a really complicated game. Like it looks pretty thing, but like you've made it in Game Maker from what I know, right?
Yeah. It's like getting an art. It's like getting an art degree, basically. Like you can teach yourself how to paint, or you can go to school and teach yourself how to paint. But if you go to school and teach yourself how to paint, you're going to be spending money on stuff that you could learn by yourself.
You're going to spend these tens of thousands of dollars for all, and
yeah.
a lot of energy and a lot of your time into that.
Yeah, and it's ultimately going to be stuff that you didn't care about. That's why, for me, I decided to go for something that would like help my career, which is when I started doing professional animation for other people's video games and stuff like that. Which is all stuff that I learned how to do in high school because I had a shit ton of free time and I slept in classes.
Okay, well, I mean, that's also legit because your animation is really good. I never got to say that. Like you really got animation skills, man, for real. It's like a lot of really nice smooth animations that I used to think that you actually did study some form of animation, because they do.
You didn't study animation at all.
It's all Mega Man. I swear to God. Like that's how I learned. I started editing the shit out of Mega Man sprites, and eventually it came to this.
That's cool.
And Sonic. Big fan of editing Sonic sprites.
Oh, it is.
I noticed I was doing 1 damage stream, and I was kind of like waiting to see like how long I would, I thought maybe it was like one of those enemies that like takes 1 damage every hit, but also has like not that many hit points, like the metal slimes work in this series. But
it's the water drop thing. It's like the little.
It's a slime.
Oh, okay.
It's a slime.
I always wondered where that came from. I was never totally sure, like where that was referenced in. But that's cool.
Yeah, but hold on. And I'm about to go buy like a really badass sword, so I actually am decked out with all the best equipment. But, so Zolani, just to finish the thought from earlier, the idea is basically, like, these are kind of, like, not all that entertaining games that I don't want to, like, that I want to play, but, like, they're definitely not my top priorities, but I'm just getting friends to, like, play them with, essentially.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I've got a couple interesting games in my little backlog that I've been thinking about streaming. I'm still trying to start up, like, I guess kind of like a Let's Play thing, but not really. But I wanted to pick like a bunch of games that'll like basically influence the direction that I've been taking with my games and my general design for the last couple of years. I was gonna start with Omega Boost because I love the shit out of that game.
When are you gonna do Alien Soldier?
Oh, Alien Soldier would be like immediately after, and that would be like a trial.
Alien Soldiers, I watched the speed run of that on ADDQ,
that's
and that was pretty cool.
Confession, I still have not seen or played Alien Soldier.
It's so good, but it's so hard. Like the first time you play it, you're gonna die like immediately, and that's okay, because once you actually learn how to play it, it's like I don't want to put this down. I think I had like 4 game ideas in the last like 3 months or so that were basically like, what if Alien Soldier had this, or what if Alien Soldier had that? What if Alien Soldier? That's my games. What if Alien Soldier?
All of my game ideas are what if Final Fantasy VIII had this.
I think most game developers just kind of go, hey, I like this game. What if this game had that? And they turn that into a video game.
I do know Cliff Bleszinski did an interview recently where he said, like, as excited as I am by all of these, like, abstract art games that are coming out and stuff, like, and as much as I enjoy playing them, I'm probably just going to keep making shooters because it's what I know how to do,
And I mean, like, more power to him. Like,
yeah, exactly.
all things considered, like even though I make, like, hella different games all the time, and like all that kind of stuff, like I still have certain genres that I just really like to stick my feet in there, and I just really like to just like get into it and just like make more versions of that, essentially.
If I got into game development, it would probably be me making a bunch of either RPG Maker games or like my own RPGs. Like, because as much as I talk about Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 2 especially, like, I mean, I probably would not make like a bunch of stealth games. I would probably make a bunch of RPGs.
I've thought about making a stealth game, but like a lot of that challenge comes from, well, for me, programming, because I'm a shitty programmer.
Right.
But like
it's so.
But there's also like the like deciding like perspective and like how exactly I want it to play. All I know is that I just want more excuses to make stealth games in which you do like ridiculously cool shit to take people out.
Yep.
Like stuff that you shouldn't do in a stealth mission, but you can do it because this is a video game and fuck you, that's why.
Have you played Human Revolution?
I have played Human Revolution. I have not beaten Human Revolution. It's a game that I like a lot, but I have this thing with Western RPGs where I also can't finish those. I have a bad like problem with finishing RPGs in general. This is something that I can't do.
I do too. Yeah.
I really try to, but it doesn't happen.
Real talk, anybody you know who's like really into RPGs was really into RPGs as a kid probably, and thus they have built up the patience for them.
But that's the thing though, like I was actually like pretty big into RPGs.
I ever played, you know?
Like I used to be like pretty big into RPGs, but like even when I was super big into them, I was never able to finish them. It's just something that didn't happen.
So like I thought Human Revolution was really boring. I thought it was so uninteresting.
What game?
And and maybe it's just because like I have a certain taste in the games that game just completely doesn't like I just sat there like walking around, and then I had to like get into a gunfight, and I was shooting some dudes, and then I had to do a stealth thing in a lot of those environments too, which were like really just kind of stale and very like monochromatic. And I kind of lost interest really fast. Also, man, like the writing in that game is just super cringy. It's so cringy.
Human Revolution?
Like, yeah, Human Revolution for a while. I was just like holding my hands to my head often. It really wasn't tying with me at all. Also, I've done Let's Plays before. Like, yeah, you know, I've done Let's Plays. The only Let's Plays I've really done were Tip for More.
Like, Perfect Dark is still on my list. I'm sorry.
It's you know what, that's okay, but I recommend it only because I feel like it's a valuable game to look through. I really do think it is.
No, I meant your Let's Play of it. Like, I'm still like...
Oh, that? Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I haven't gotten
we got a Perfect Dark Let's Play going on here?
Yeah. I have a few. I have like 3 or 4 parts. Like, I'm almost done. I'm at the airplane part, so...
Well, I mean, what the hell? Why isn't anybody telling you boy about this?
Like, and it's not... And Perfect... That's the only ones I've really been doing, but I had a lot of fun doing them. I'm not finished yet, but I will finish them soon. But Perfect Dark is actually a really good game, and it's probably one of my favorite shooters ever. And I'm not a shooter guy, but Perfect Dark kind of showed me
I don't have Torch anymore. I gotta go back to town.
You don't have to. It's Perfect Dark kind of showed me that like you can do shooters in a way that's different from the way we shoot shooters now. It's so radical in terms of what it does for shooters that other shooters.
Perfect Dark is like a really enjoyable game, but it's nowadays it's got a learning curve because of how the controls were set up back then.
I don't know. I played on my Xbox 360. And
that's right. The 360 version is out too, and that's like built differently.
Like, but the thing is, like, I found Perfect Dark super easy. It is not like a difficult game at all.
Well, I mean, when you compare Perfect Dark to something like Call of Duty, where like everything is like you press the button and it happens like immediately, or whereas Perfect Dark is a little more methodical in the way that it's played, I guess you could say. A lot of it because of the limitations, but I mean, like it does it like really well, and that's really what makes it shine for me.
The thing about Call of Duty is that Call of Duty is super hard because everyone's shooting at you from every angle and you don't know where anyone is.
Yeah, that too.
In Perfect Dark, like it's so easy to shoot people. Like it's so weirdly easy to just shoot people down, you know? And honestly, I feel like the only difficulty in that game is actually just this environment. It's really hard to maneuver because they're like labyrinths. They're really mazy, and sometimes it's hard to like find out where you want to go. But in terms of like its own shooting mechanics, I find them so interesting because it just doesn't care about.
Oh yeah, Perfect Dark shooting mechanics are like amazing.
They are, and I feel like people don't think they're amazing because they don't feel quote unquote polished or something, or because they don't emulate how we normally think of shooting. Like they don't really care about what seems realistic or not. It's just more about what it feels like to just kind of blast a dude in close range, and it's super exciting. I find shooting Perfect Dark a lot more exciting than I do in those games, and that's because it doesn't really care about me trying to target shit. It just cares more about the feeling of doing these actions, and I thought that was really neat. So, and also Perfect Dark as just in forms of level design is just so instructive for me. It's so instructive, and if anyone watches the Let's Plays, I go through that shit really hard.
Oh, who's this?
I go really in that stuff.
So what are we doing now in Dragon Quest?
I found the first dungeon, but I realized I'm out of torches, so I had to go back to town to buy torches.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, you're still going back to buy torches?
No, I'm in town now, and then I found a dude who's like dying in the corner of the. It's
Oh,
weird.
there he is.